Have you seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse yet? If you haven't, I beg you, see it now. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This movie, I'm just going to get straight into it, because there's so much to say here, and no spoilers in this review at all, because there's so much to spoil, but I don't want to. My god, this movie, I have to talk about now. It was fantastic. This is probably one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. This is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. This is one of the best movies of the year I've seen so far, and a contender for my favourite movie of the year. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was everything I could possibly wanted it to be, and a million times more. It deserves that 100% I thought it had on Rotten Tomatoes. It deserves everything. This movie was immensely incredible at every single element that it does. The animation is phenomenal, absolutely great. It's just so well filmed. It's so well directed. I really praise them for how much detail went into the animation of this movie. The movie looks exactly like a comic book page, ripped out and stuck on the big screen for 2 hours. This movie is going to make a lot of comic book fans really happy. It's going to make a lot of Spider-Man fans, like myself, massive Spider-Man fan, extremely happy. There are so many fan moments here. There's so many things they make fun of, but also respect. All the characters in here are great. I love Miles Morales in here. He is such a likable, caring character. They put so much emotion to him. There's so much to do with his family life and his friends. There's so much interesting to do with him. The humor is also great in this movie. The musical score and the soundtrack are both phenomenal. All the other Spider characters are really unique and really funny and really great. The movie takes risks, which is something I really, really like. And for a Spider-Man film, this is easily the most unique one. The animation is, again, phenomenal. It looks just like a comic book. This is some of the best animation I've seen. Definitely the best animated movie of the year. One of my favorite animated movies of all time. I loved this movie from every single second. This movie is extremely fast-paced. There's not a single second that drags. This movie is constant awesomeness all the way through, constant comedy. All the characters are so likable. All the Spider people are so likable. Everyone gets their moment. This movie, again, is very, very funny. The action in this movie is fantastic. It looks so great. It's so fantastic to watch. The villains, I really liked Kingpin in the movie. There were so many great villains in here. For as a Spider-Man fan, there's so many great Spider-Man moments. There are so many things that just kept me having a smile on my face. There's not a second my eyes weren't glued to the screen. There's not a second my mouth was just so wide open at how amazing this movie was. This movie was absolutely ecstatic. I am over the moon with everything, and I've not come out of the cinema for a long time feeling as fantastic and feeling as wonderful and as awesome, because this movie really, really was amazing. I cannot fantasize on it enough. Just please see it. It is incredible. The story and the plot are so well done here. They make every single moment count. They make every single thing interesting. Every single character, every single story, every single plot. This movie is just phenomenal, guys. It is really, really as good as I'm saying it is. And I cannot say one thing negative about this film. I've really tried to even find the smallest of little nitpicks, and there's nothing. I can't find one single tiny thing at all, even in some of the best movies of all time, even in some of my favourite movies of all time, even in my favourite movie of all time. There is still things I can nitpick. In this movie, I cannot find a single thing yet. It'll come to me soon enough, but there is nothing in this entire film that I can say anything meh about. Every single element was done as well as it could have been. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is one of the most entertaining movies of the year. It's one of the most exciting movies of the year, and at the end of the day, it's one of the best movies of the year. And Jesus Christ, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse deserves all the praise anyone can ever give it. This movie is incredible. Please, it is so good. And I'm so over the moon. I'm so happy with how this movie turned out. And no flaws, no issues, no nitpicks, nothing bad to say. All of it is great. All of it is fantastic. and every single moment counts with this movie. There were so many moments that got me on edge. There were so many moments that got me laughing. There were so many moments that got me emotional. There's so many moments that made me so happy and I think as a comic book movie, as a Spider-Man movie, as a superhero movie, as a movie in general, it's just absolutely fantastic. It is a must-see, even if you're not a big comic book movie fan, even if you're not a big Spider-Man fan, even if you're not a fan of animated movies. This movie is still 100% worth checking out, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has to get an A+, and a 10 out of 10. Guys, see this movie and enjoy it.